a hotbed of ghosts and ghouls and all things that go bump in the night. Happy Halloween, everyone.
Penelope Pelham Winslow was the wife of one of the first Plymouth County governors, Josiah Winslow. She died in 1704, and we don't think she actually lived on the property of the 1699 Winslow house. Josiah and his wife actually lived just across the street, just across Careswell, in the site of the old Winslow estate. Now, the Winslow house could have been constructed anywhere between 1699 up to about 1724 or so. The story goes that Penelope's ghost can sometimes be seen in one of the upstairs windows, in the old master bedroom. Even if she did live in the house, she wouldn't have been in that bedroom. She would have been in a guest bedroom, one of the other rooms upstairs, or perhaps a guest room downstairs. But nonetheless, you have all these stories where people see her at the windows, and if you stand in front of her portrait out here in the Great Hall at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you get this cold draft of air, which I've stood in front of it at 4 o'clock just to test. I did that for this interview. It doesn't happen. Also, the portrait is not real. It's from the 1920s, so it's not even the original. So we don't think that Penelope actually would have been here during life, and we see no reason that she should be hanging around after death. And yet, we have all these stories associated with her and with the house here.
In 2009, I decided to take a walk every single day, no matter what the weather or my health, and that led me to my first walking project. And I went to a different spot every single day. In 2011, I decided to go for a walk in every town in Massachusetts and to find open space in every community. And there are some towns that have no designated open space, no parks, no wildlife sanctuaries, no nothing. And so at those times, I would find myself in cemeteries, because a lot of cemeteries were actually designed for walking, for the living. So here's Frank, and it says right here, prisoner at Andersonville, Georgia, 13 months. So, veteran of the Civil War, originally from Middleborough, and came out this way. Ended up here at this intersection, Assinippi Corner. So we're right here where he did most of his work for the local community. You can imagine Assinippi always being kind of a crossroads and being a very busy place. He was the blacksmith right there, taking care of the horses and their feet and such. So, an important guy in the community. It makes you wonder how many people really knew the depth of his story, that he ended up coming home at 90 pounds and walking through the door, and his parents having thought he was dead for 2 years at that point. He also was only born in 1846, so I mean he was very young when he got into the army to be able to fight in the Civil War. At 18 years old, that would have been 1864. So he was young when he went off to fight, and being stuck down there in Florida, leaning up against a tree, thinking that he was just done for. He must have just figured at 18 his life was over. At one point, he escaped from one of his prisoner of war camps and was chased down by hounds and brought back again. So I mean, he was a fighter, and just an amazing tale. You really can't tell all that until you kind of go in and start to do the deep research to find out more about this guy's life. It's all there for the taking. So sometimes just seeing the stone can just spark that moment of research where you can find these stories.
Hi, my name is Pat Martin, and I'm in Cohasset, Mass. I'm originally from Connecticut, but I've lived in Cohasset for the past almost 18 years. And I've been the keeper of the ghosts in Cohasset, a position that was bestowed upon me by the Board of Selectmen in a half-joking way since 2007. I had my first experience in the town hall when I was coming in to set up for a lecture one dark winter night that was really windy. I got here early to put the chairs up, and I was accompanied by my husband Dan. And the chairs were in the closet in the front of the auditorium, and I had never been in the building before, but the janitor said, they're up in that corner, so just pull the chairs out, take out as many as you need. So I was running around doing some other things, and when the time came to get the chairs, I just got this awful feeling about that closet, and I didn't know why, but it had like a really, nasty, black, clouded energy around it. And so a team of ghost hunters decided that they wanted to come and investigate, so they asked the town hall staff and Board of Selectmen if they could. They were granted permission to come in for 2 overnights in 2008, February. We were a team that came out of Connecticut, called the Enfield Paranormal Society. Through that ghost hunt, I was able to watch the team verify that in the building were three ghosts. We had some great experiences with them. One of them, the malevolent energy that they found that was in the closet, really, he comes from the space below, which is where we are sitting in the beautiful basement of Town Hall where there's a jail cell. They determined that that ghost was attached to that jail cell and that he had hung himself in that building. And he was angry and mean and poor, and I guess had been homeless for a long time before he turned to crime. So it was a very sad tale.